Welcome to Old Guys on Bikes, OGOB. OGOB presents Thundercross, April 2022, the full loop of the full A loop. And it's just myself and One Eye Yamaha Guy on this loop, and Various up in front sporting his Ride Expedition riding shirt, which he got in Cambodia many years ago now, and finally we are back making videos and riding dirt bikes. So this is where the A and B split, and we just take the A there off to the right, and as you can see, a little bit dusty, but it is still summer. And first time at Thundercross, and pretty impressed for what it is. I'd liken it to a Honda kids camp type of track. While in the dry, these are pretty hard and fast and a little rutty. In the wet, they'd be pretty challenging, having a clay base there. But all in all, good bang for your buck. And took my daughter out, and females are free to ride at Thundercross, so that's a big plus as well. So just winding my way up, the signs there said that there's a steep drop off, or can be steep. Well, there is a little bit further on. Up here to the cell phone tower, so you've got good coverage. Don't have to worry about that. And this is our last loop of the day, so a little tired, but starting to get to know the track a little bit. Like I said, it could do with a little bit of rain just to dampen it down, but rain on clay, and we all know what happens then. It gets nice and slippery. So I'll just be following One Eye Yamaha Guy here the whole way around. I'm doing the whole loop just because we can, and you haven't had a video from us for a while. The loop, all in all, I think is about 18 minutes, and it comes back to the B track occasionally and then branches back off, and I'm not 100% that we took the correct route on some of the A options, but we'll discuss that when we reach them. But as you can see, it's good flowing. It's a little, bit of a jump, and a second jump. It's a working farm, so you've got cattle around, but they seem to be pretty oblivious to the bikes. Now, like I said, it was a little dusty, but nothing too bad. Certainly ridden in a lot worse. Through some trees, which is welcome shade. It's getting pretty hot out there. And this was a lot better learning opportunity for the girl to come out and ride, rather than going up to Woodhill, where obviously everyone knows it's just sand, and that can be unkind to a novice rider. But they've made good use of the farm here with the tracks. making sure we get right round. So no offs. If you wouldn't see offs, then that's following the girl, but only a few. So for those of you who don't know, Thundercross is situated out in Glen Murray, which is about an hour and a half's drive from Auckland, maybe a little less, depending on which route you take, and it's about 50 minutes from Hamilton as well, so it's nice and central. And people who run it are currently transitioning from operating out of their house to operating out of a purpose-built woolshed, and that should be open soon. But we're ticking all the boxes with the health and safety stuff and inductions and everything else. But once you get out there, it's not bad riding for a day. Yamaha Guy here is just getting a little bit away on me. I'll reel him back in. A little bit of water here, not a lot. Bit of a drop off. Not that you can see on camera. I mean, that's the frustrating thing with GoPros and drifts and whatever. They really don't give you the show you how steep stuff is sometimes, or how much of a drop off things are. Just winding your way through here. Good single track stuff. Well marked. You know where you're going. There we go. Plenty of parking in the car park, and shade and picnic tables, so it's all pretty well catered for. A couple of these big papa rocks creeping out from the dirt there. It's a little challenging. Winding your way, wind it out up to the top. So I really haven't been doing a lot of riding with COVID, and in fact the ride had been cancelled on this day, but we went out to Thundercross, so hopefully the government gets their act together and we get back to some normality where people can run events. I mean, it's ridiculous having numbers on a motorcycle event when everyone's individually riding their bikes. But don't get me started on that. So it's a little bumpy on some areas of the track, and I guess you expect that with the number of bikes that are going over it. In fact, that it's summer and it's pretty hard to grade them, as well as you know, it's an operating cattle farm. A little bit of water there, causing a bit of mud, but you can bypass that and out into some open paddocks. As you can see, we rode the A loop several times as well as the B, and really hardly came across anyone, although we were a decent number of people in the car park. So we're not battling to get past people, or people battling to get past you. It's plenty big enough to spread out on. A few little routes in through here. You can see a number of people taking a number of different routes through that. Back out. Up here, I'd suggest that this could be quite slippery if it was wet. Good clay run uphill. A couple more tree roots, but nothing really to bother about. Out into bright sunlight. Not too sure on settings in the camera at the moment. We wind back down here and join the B loop here, just for a little bit of it before breaking back off onto the A. B loop tracks tend to be just a little bit wider than what we've seen on the A. And we'll bounce our way down here and then split off again. So A goes straight ahead and B goes off to the left. Make our way down here. Yeah, nice drop off there. Now we're coming up to where we sort of possibly took the wrong route, I'm not sure. So we'll wind up around this corner here. It looks like you've got an option to go left, or you go straight ahead where the sign says at the top of the hill. So you could go left there. We went up here and went right, which had arrows for A, so we went this way. That was all good. A little less tracks, a little less worn in, but definitely tracks. Come down here, no issues. Still happy that we're on the A, and it's coming through here, and at the end here it looks like we can go left, which is uphill, or we can go right and down between those trees. And we've chosen to go up here because it was a well marked, well worn part on the hill there. And then it sort of disappears into people may have ridden across here, might not have. And to be quite honest, we've ridden across here 3 or 4 times today, so it's most probably our tyre tracks. But then we make our way back down to a fence, and it's like we come back onto the A track again. And if you look to the right, it looks like the track had come from there, but I'm sure someone will tell us if that is the incorrect way we went. But we got back onto this part here, which we thought was part of the A, and really looked like only we had been through there. on this particular day, because as you'll see coming up, there's some branches and pine cones and stuff. Yeah, there's a yellow arrow on the tree there, so we think we're heading in the right direction. And it's in the trees, which was good for a change. Big red arrow there on the tree, so we think we're going the right way. Here there's pine cones and branches and all sorts of stuff across the track. Maybe the track just needs to be cleared a little bit. That's it. Nothing to hold us up. And we just sort of followed our nose, and there's track through the rocks and up and over this rise, and this brought us back down to the B track down the bottom here, which you'll see. There you go. And there's the B track off to our left. And merge like a zip through here. All good. Pop the shortcut across here and take the A option just before the end, which given the ruts on the B, the A part being a little bit of steep hill here for some novices was most probably the easier route to take than the B. Down here, a little bit of air. Cattle get out of the way, and back around to join up with the B track before we take this little hairpin turn here and come back on ourselves, heading towards the quarry. Go. Plenty of signs saying not to go into the quarry. We fly down here. So all in all, this is pretty much the A loop, apart from that little bit where I'm not 100%. But come around here and across the bottom of the quarry and back to the car park. Good little loop. Like I said, it's taken us 18 minutes and got you sweat up. So music by 7%, narrated by Honda Guy, produced by OGOB, and we're back.